What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Queer and Present Danger. My name is JB. I am here with my
What's
two
up,
good
everybody?
friends.
Welcome to another episode of
Two good
Queer
friends,
and Present Danger.
Tyler
My name
and
is
Tig,
JB.
and we are here to talk.
with my
two best friends.
I knew your ass was gonna do it. I knew your ass was gonna do it. I knew your ass was gonna do it. I knew it. Anyway, we're here to talk politics and bullshit. And do all the things that we usually do, because that's just what we're here to do. What's up, everybody? At any rate, oh no, there it goes. Let's see.
Hey, Tig, your mic's not coming through.
Thank you,
Something
Mason.
yeah, I had I had this little shimmer in my ear that was like, "Hey, you should turn the volume up just to make sure everyone sounds good on the live."
Microphone. I'm alive. So thank you, Tyler, and thank you to Mason for referencing that. So for everybody's information, other than apparently getting reset in OBS again, we're still under 3 minutes, so I can't use the language that I would prefer to be using right now. How to phrase this? Charter Spectrum's ability to provide quality. OBS reconnected, and we're back. There it is. Even better. It's like they could hear me. Charter's just like, oh, you wanna say things? Yeah, I do. You know what? I don't care. I don't care if we're under our timer or not, or whatever's going on. So everybody's information, Charter Spectrum is a piece of shit internet company, and I don't care to start off the show that way. When you pay for a 1 gigabyte service, you get less than that as a consumer. We expect somewhat less. Data is expensive and difficult for the average person to understand, but Charter, hey, I have a question. If I'm paying for a 1 gigabyte connection and your connection is providing me 1 megabyte upload, absolutely go fuck yourselves. Absolutely go fuck yourselves. This is why we need to actually break the idea of a free market system whenever they lobby and do
If you don't take your mouth off that damn mic.
No, I'm so pissed.
You were 7 seconds away, sir.
I don't
7
give a
seconds.
shit. Fuck Charter. If we ever get monetized, this one can be pulled. That's on me, because fuck Charter. Yeah, no, I jumped into for a brief moment, I managed to pull the three of us from this reality into a different reality, and we all felt it in our souls. We all felt it in our souls that Trump never won, and it was all peace and love.
Nope,
and then
I felt nothing.
Popped back into this bullshit.
I felt nothing. So listen, because we don't know how long Tig's internet is gonna last, let's just get into the things.
I should hold this for the rest of the show just to confuse people.
No.
Is he still there? Is the show still going on?
Because if you go down, we all go down.
Well, yeah, and then it'll just be like, oh no, he froze. Oh no, he froze. We're about to lose it. And I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, because it just shows the it just shows the buffering signal, so no one will know. They'll just think their internet's going out.
Yeah, no.
Especially if they have Charter.
Oh God. Yeah, and I guarantee you they will, because Charter's fantastic. Anyway,
so let's just get into it.
Yep.
We're gonna do mine last. You guys, one of you guys go first, because I'm gonna end on a happy note.
Well, this whole episode is going to try and attempt to be happy in regards to we're going to take a stab at a couple of things that are bothering us, but Mason, thank you.
I got it. Hold on.
Just thank you, Mason. Much appreciated. um, it this episode is trying
Indeed.
for us to just kind of let a little steam off, let our hair down. Mine's still up, but whatever. And have a little bit of fun. But we are going to, of course, do what we normally do and try to bring some light to some of the things that are going on around the around the. Sorry, someone closed my door. Apparently, I'm being loud, but I don't care at the moment. I'm a little wrapped up in being frustrated. So yeah, Tyler, do you want to go first, or do you want me to? Like,
Yeah, I guess I can go first.
okay.
All right. So there's there's been some really crazy revelations with the Epstein Files over this past week, and I would say the lightheartedness about it is it's finally coming to light. Fucking finally. But there's a lot of people, as we knew, there's a lot of elites, there's a lot of powerful people that have been shown in photos, in connection with Epstein, and they may possibly just be on the tarmac about to get on the Lolita Express, or they might be on the island themselves, who really knows? But it's coming out. It's coming out.
They want the world to
But I'll tell you someone who is tired of hearing about it, and that is Pam Bondi, because she absolutely could not answer a question
Not one.
to save her life. My God. I couldn't tell if I was watching I couldn't tell if I was watching C-SPAN or Jerry Springer, because she was just absolute trash. Just absolute trash. There's no excuse for it. Absolute garbage of a human being.
Well, and then the other side of that was also just beyond frustrating and just regularly. It's the reason why the public doesn't trust Congress, right? The left came in with their whole thing about trying to poke, trying to prod, trying to pull something out of Pam Bondi MAGA BS, and just were constantly being pushed back against and talked about. I mean, who was it? Merskowitz, I think it was him, made the comment about how Trump's name appears more in the Epstein Files than the Bible, than God's name appears in the Bible. And Bondi's response was, "I don't appreciate you slandering the Bible." He didn't. He used it as an example that Trump is named more in that. Oh, you meant whenever he said, when he said the point of Trump's Bible, get out of the way, King James Version. Trump's trying to make that a thing. He's trying to make his Bible the thing. So that wasn't slandering the Bible. That was making a joke about Trump's Bible that is just crap in general. But it was just a sad attempt at trying to redirect and not answer anything that he had. And with him trying to make the joke about Olympic scoring, I appreciated it. He saw him write a big old 0 in her lack of a response. And then the right's entire thing was then to try to spin it about immigration and issues in each of the people who had just spoken states. I'm sorry, was this about immigration? Or was this about the Epstein Files. As far as you can look on the docket, oh, it says Epstein Files. Why the fuck are you talking about immigration? It's not even a good talking point for you. With everything going on.
And I don't understand why they weren't calling point of order every single fucking time. Every time.
JB and I had a moment while we were driving. While I was driving and he was heading home. We were talking in my earpiece about our how we wish people would respond in those situations. Just it no longer should be a polite discussion back and forth. In the court of law, there's that terminology of, can I treat this witness as hostile? If that is requested and granted, you can lay into that person. You are allowed to approach them with a level of aggression that they are doing back to you. You don't have to politely speak to them anymore. The moment that I would have gotten that microphone, I would have been like, I want to know why you have done such an absolutely shit job at putting out the Epstein Files. Where is the rest of them? Where are these videos? Where are these photos that we know are there? Why, of all things, did you manage to redact the lawyer in the email that stated all of these victims didn't want their names mentioned, and you didn't redact a single one of the victims' names? Well, that was a no, shut the fuck up. I want you to answer that question on, is that incompetence or is that attempting to intimidate witnesses? I don't think you have. No, shut the fuck up. I asked you a question. It's one of the two. There is no other question. There is no other answer. Shut the fuck up. Starts going off on random tirade. I'm reclaiming my time. No, shut the fuck up. I am talking right now. You're listening. If you want to consider this a court of law, you are a witness, and I have already determined you are hostile. Answer my fucking question. Why don't they show that aggression? And then if they are threatened with censorship by the right, because the judge in that respect is fucking Jim Jordan. If Jim Jordan's like calls for censorship or stuff to be removed, and be like, you know what, go ahead. I want this on the record. I want it on the record that you're censoring me trying to get information about a pedophile ring versus having...
You're obstructing.
Versus having the witness answer that. You want to censor me? I'd like it on the record that the right would rather censor a person trying to get to the results and get these people out versus telling the witness they need to respond to me. I want that on the record.
For that to happen...
Let me use that.
We would need politicians with a fucking spine.
Not just politicians with a spine, but politicians who still believe that the Congress of the United States has a level of decorum that hasn't existed in 40 years. Yeah. That level of decorum has not existed in over 40 years. So, stop following decorum. Stop doing everything by this like, oh, if I just work together with them, fuck them. They're the ones pushing for the idea, I'm sorry, I'm so vague. The MAGA movement, the right, has been the ones who have been instituting a level of vehemence and lack of work because they're all too busy sucking on some part of Trump to be able to have an actual debate back and forth and work for the American people. They would rather work for their specific base, push us farther to each side, and that's who's really at fault here. Are the Democrats doing a goddamn thing about it? No. That's where their fault lies. The fact that they aren't doing anything. All right, so, I got that off my chest. I feel better.
Mason, you are right. You can't object with the shut the fuck up, but you can call a point of order under Robert's Rules of Order. And I think that these politicians
just call for a vote of contempt.
They need to brush up on Robert's Rules of Order.
Listen, this is
and
how
know the game that they're playing.
This is how I would do it. Attorney General Pam Bondi, I already know that you're not going to answer. Much like Jasmine Crockett said, because Jasmine Crockett did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
I would be like, I already know that you're going to try to filibuster and all that stuff. So we're going to get some rules, some ground rules in quickly before we go any further. Do you have the ability to answer yes or no questions? Like,
yeah.
Okay, now that we know that you do have the ability to answer yes or no questions, will you answer these questions by yes or no? I'm not asking you for your diatribe. What I'm asking you for is to answer the questions
to
in which I
elaborate
ask.
on certain topics, because if I'm not able to elaborate on certain topics, then the actual information wouldn't be provided.
Well, sweetheart, listen, here's the deal. I will be more than willing to give you that time to do that at the end when I have asked all of my questions and you have answered the yes or no ones. Once we're done with that, you're free to say whatever it is you want to say if there is any time left. But I'm going to ask these questions. Is that okay?
I will attempt to answer what I can answer with a yes or no question and not
yes or no questions. Yes or no? Really easy.
Yes or no?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Question number 1. And then I would go from there. And as soon as as I asked the yes or no question, and she started saying things,
Reclaiming my time.
We already said yes or no. The That's how I would have done it. Because listen,
for real, that's how you have to do it with these idiots.
Yep.
I would listen, and I will give you whatever time is left after my yes or no questions are done. I will give you that time to speak because I do want to hear what it is that you have to say, so that I can make an ad about it.
But I don't give a fuck about the stock market when we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about how much Les Wexler's stock is plummeting after finding out that he was one of the co-conspirators.
Yep.
And if there's a question that you cannot answer with a yes or no, say I cannot answer that with a yes or no question, and I will move on.
Yeah. There's a level of there's a level of frustration that just builds itself into the way that people no, you can't, obviously, Mason, you can't just say shut the fuck up, but you can do that in a way that is what JB's referencing. It is, you answer my question, I'm going to keep it simple. I expect the response simple and straightforward. None of this back and forth random BS to try to be disingenuous. Answer my question, yes or no. And then just do that.
And if you're unable to answer my question, yes or no, please tell me and I will move on to the next question. Because if we get to the end and you have answered all of the questions with I can't answer yes or no, then I will know at that moment that you were not interested in actually having a good faith debate. What you were interested in is trying to score political points. And right now I don't care about that. There are women behind you who are the survivors of sexual assault. This is what we care about. I don't care about you scoring points. I don't care about the Dow. I don't care about whatever's in your little burn book. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is what is happening.
I don't care what administrations have not done anything about this for the decades that it's been. We're here. We're now. This is what we're talking about.
We're living in reality, boo.
We are living right here.
Yeah.
So do you want to have these conversations or not? That simple. But I also would have called that hoe all kinds of names. So there is that. That is all I have to say about Pam Bondi and the Epstein Files and all of that. I do want to talk a bit about does anybody else have anything before I move on to the SAVE Act?
I'm okay with that one moving on because I think we could rant about it for a while. I know I could.
So I don't know. So if you don't know, the House passed the SAVE Act yesterday. It's going to go to the Senate where we don't think that it's going to go anywhere, but who knows? It might do that whole 50-50 with JD Vance coming in and, fucking the country again. It is what it is. But essentially what it will do is it will require proof of citizenship for voter registration. Mind you, citizens are the only people who are allowed to vote anyway, normally done at the registration level, blah, 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 blah. all of those things. Normally, you just need an ID, something that shows that you're an American citizen in order to vote. Now, it will require documentary proof of United States citizenship. That means it will not be a driver's license, the real ID that they made us all get. That doesn't count. Or a social security number would not be enough.
Did you not hear about that? Even the real ID won't be enough now.
Yeah. Now it will require a birth certificate, a passport, military ID, tribal ID, in order for that's the things that will count. Here's where it's going to affect people. Here's how it's going to affect, if you are a married woman, your birth certificate still has your original birth name on it, so you may not be able to vote. Huh. If you happen to be voters. Yep, if you happen to be, transgender and your birth certificate does not match your identity on your ID card, you will not be able to vote. If you are a person who does not have a valid passport, doesn't have a passport in general, I would suggest you go get one, but you may not be able to vote. All of these things are done in ways to disenfranchise voters.
Mason, how fucking educated are you? Because that was a deep cut. That was so good. Holy crap. I have a Heisenberg ID. It's both valid and invalid in superposition until observed. I cannot tell you what that did for my soul. Holy crap.
You've got it.
I keep it in Schrodinger's box.
I was like, you've got Schrodinger's citizenship. That's amazing.
That's the Heisenberg particle. Good God, man. I can't. Keep going. Sorry. That threw me. You son of a bitch.
He's beat me by a couple.
How did you find
points.
Our bullshit? How did you find our stupid bullshit?
Listen, I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what my IQ is because that's a racist ass thing in the first place. But anyway, so it will create additional hurdles for women who take their partner's name after getting married, who would need to provide extra documentation to explain why their current name does not match what is listed on their birth certificate.
That's also for people that are adopted or that have changed their name because their parents suck.
Or, for any other reason why you would want to change your name. So, yeah.
Or same-sex couples that want to take their spouse's name.
Yep, this is going to greatly affect almost every minority group, every LGBT, BIPOC, you name it. It is going to affect those communities at a much greater level, including, hilariously, women.
JD Vance.
JD Vance. Actually, that's a great fucking point.
Yeah.
JD Vance will not be able to vote. But they'll let him use his government ID, which honestly I could use, but
no. Military ID, not government ID.
Contractor.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
I'm giving out a little bit too much there, but
yeah, don't give out too much more information than that.
Anybody who has that type of ID with that little thing, they'll be allowed because that is only given out
security
by
clearance?
the government. Yeah.
It also makes vote by mailing harder because the new proof of citizenship rules would apply to voters who register by mail. Anyone registering for an absentee ballot, with some limited exceptions, would still have to go in person to a local elections office to present their passport or birth certificate for their registration to be valid.
But does his clearance have his yokel crackhead name, or does it have
not his yokel crackhead name? I can't do this. I don't have it. I can't. I don't have to do this. I don't have to. I simply don't have to.
With us, you will always
thoughts.
You know it had to be said.
Thoughts? Go give it. You know, for me, I'm like
I
we
don't
already
even
know
know
what
what
this
his
is.
old name was.
You know, couch fucker McGee. I don't know. Um, but I'd like to think that um we knew this was coming. We knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to be some shit that was going to pop off. We told y'all.
Yep. And to answer the point that you brought up, Mason, I believe that that probably would end up being a valid ID, because I believe that's only given out for anyone going through terminals, through like access ports that is specific for that type of thing, correct? If it is, that's a specific type of ID that they have to obtain to be able to do that kind of thing, like ports of entry. Is that what we're going for with that? If so, that might be valid, but it runs, like you said, the risk of a poll worker just not knowing what the hell that is. So, just as a tidbit, because I know chat isn't going to show up in the thing, ocean ports. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, I having something called a TWIC terminal worker identification card. It's something that truckers have. It's something that people at like ports of entry, specifically like ocean ports, to be able to get in and out of those places. However, you're asking a poll worker who is just, for lack of a better way to put it, just some rando who doesn't have all of that information. They're going to be looking for driver's licenses or some type of ID, with the SAVE Act being so specific that it's going to limit what they are going to feel comfortable approving so that they don't get in trouble. Yeah. Stuff like that. I don't think that's going to be covered. So
it's actually kind of fitting. JD Vance's real name.
I knew the tism was
gotta
not
look it
going to
up.
let you let that go. I knew it was going
Because
the
his
knock spell should allow you into everything.
So he goes by he goes by James David Vance, but his real name is James Donald Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also pronounce Bowman as Bowman, in which case Donald Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it here, bro.
Seems to be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Anyway, so Bad Bunny.
You were going to jump right into that. I have.
Yep.
I had my thing about the.
Yes.
The protest, like couple quick notes of things that have been going on. The protests have predominantly worked because protest court decisions and the chaos that is Minnesota have kind of made the air a little too tough to breathe for Trump and his putting the military into American cities. So he has
there was a lot of pepper gel in it.
Yeah.
I hate it here, bro.
But he's had to pull troops from various deployments. I think it's like Los Angeles, Chicago, and Portland. In the last few weeks, he's pulled troop deployments. So that shows that if you just keep fighting long enough and make the area uncomfortable while having the courts actually do their jobs and follow the rule of law, the result can be positive. It might take a little while, but it'll turn out positively. A couple of other things. Tariffs. I found a report that was put out via Fortune, I believe. JB, I tossing that one to you with our conversation from before of what that was Portland, or not Portland, Fortune that put out the information about the U.S. has been spending on average $52.4 billion a week for the first 4 months of 2026, which means we've already spent near $1 trillion already. Our debt is approaching $39 trillion, which is...
But Obama!
Yeah, it is his entire thing about tariffs have not worked at all. They've actually harmed so many things. Most every policy that he has pushed for has been a complete and utter failure. Nothing has worked. Nothing has gotten him any benefit, and it's all basically pushed more and more independent voters farther and farther away from him, to the point that even some of the right-wing voters are like, yeah, no, I didn't vote for this. I didn't want this. You did vote for it. Let's be perfectly honest there. Everyone who voted for what's happening in the United States right now. We all knew this was coming. We all knew it was going to be a thing. But people decided to be like, no, but I don't want the immigrants. There was no plan. There was no real plan. Meanwhile, American citizens are being picked up, and if you have anything other than the pay list of complexions, you get to be grabbed randomly. ICE breaking laws all over the place. It is insane, the amount of things that have not gone the way that I think the entire Project 2025 group thought it would. Very, very frustrating to see on a regular basis.
Unless you can pronounce Tecumseh. Because then they know you're an American.
What a wonderfully mixed way to throw that one in there, but valid, very valid.
I saw a video, and I can't remember what the actual city was or whatever, but I saw a video, and it was some ICE person was talking to this guy, and he's like, I can tell you're not from around here. You don't speak like us. And it was you know, the ICE person was some yokel from the South.
Yeah.
So it's valid.
Sherman's March to the Sea. I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't have anything.
I just wanted to make sure I got that piece in there.
I don't have anything. I'm also racing against your clock, which is your internet, so that's why I'm moving really fast.
Facts.
Bad Bunny. Listen, let's talk about it for a second.
Yes.
I know, Tig, I know that you did not watch the halftime show because you hate Latinos. Clearly, that's what it is. But I thought it was amazing. I thought it was fan-fucking-tastic. Somebody said the other day that, like, you don't have to say you didn't understand a word of what was going on just to enjoy it. You don't have to say that. Like, you can just say I enjoyed it. Listen, the fact of the matter is I didn't know what he was saying, but I had a great time, and I watched it, and I danced my ass off, and it was fantastic. When Ricky Martin came out, my little gay heart exploded. I was like, oh, look, it's Ricky Martin still being fine. Still just being fine at 55. Like, just, oof. And, you know, I love that we got as many shots as we possibly could get of Bad Bunny's crotch. I know he packing. I know it's big. I know it is. I know it's big. It was amazing. I loved watching the culture and how he kind of really
puts the Rico in Puerto Rican.
He put it literally. There were just so many things. As a person of color, there are so many things that like are just quintessentially like POC things. One of them was like the kids sleeping during the wedding, like on the across the things. It was like, you know, even if you know, somebody I saw on Twitter, someone was like, even if this isn't something that you experienced, like this is something that is quintessentially Latin. Like this is a Hispanic thing of the parents are still partying and the kids are tired, so you just put some chairs together and let their asses go to sleep because we still out here partying. Having the bodega, having the coconuts and all of that, the sugar canes, the fact that all of the people in the grass were those were people.
That was so awesome.
Yeah. I was like, their job was just to stand there and be grass. And I said, you know what?
Yeah, because Bad Bunny wanted to bring all these plants onto the set, and they're like, "You have 7 minutes," and he was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, I got it. I got this. I think that Lady Gaga did exactly what she was supposed to do, which was come into an event, come there. Bad Bunny is a huge Lady Gaga fan, so the fact that they were able to perform together was an amazing thing for him. But also, she did exactly what white women are supposed to do, which is come into an event. You do not make it about yourself. She sang the song she sang a salsa version of the song. She complimented without overtaking the performance. She did not overshadow him. That was exactly what she was supposed to do. It was perfect. It was beautiful. It was amazing. What else? Who else? So all of those Latin, those Latino stars out there. Cardi B was there. Pedro Pascal, Jessica Alba. All of these people who were just there, and like they didn't have to do anything. They were just there enjoying the fact that there was a real God to honest wedding.
Becky G.
Yeah, Ricky G. Wedding at the Super Bowl. Though that couple say they got married at the halftime show at the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny was the witness to their wedding. Like, it was beautiful. Having just all of the little things, pulling out, having all of the flags of the Caribbean and Latin American countries coming through, where it was like America is not just the U.S. You know what I mean? Like there is a whole other set of countries that are in this that comprise the continent that we are on, and it was amazing and fantastic and wonderful. And should I do it now or should I wait?
I think that you've done a wonderful job of talking about how great it was, and it would be just fitting for our show, as well as the abruptness and rudeness that was the response, to just go for it.
So why don't you go ahead and pull up clip number 1?
Okay, let's make sure I got this set up. Right, one moment while I make sure that it's up there.
And also, I didn't watch TPUSA's Consolidation Prize.
I wasn't watching that either.
I didn't want to see a bunch of pedophiles singing.
Okay. I believe the sound is working. Let's do a quick check. I hadn't gotten a chance to run this yet, but just let it play for one moment.
I'm sorry, Piers, but...
So did that come through for you too?
Hold on, I'm checking.
Okay.
It's still...
Yeah.
Yep, its sound is working.
Okay, so everything's running. Do you want to give a brief intro to this before we start?
No, just let that bitch play. Let that whole play.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment. I'm sorry, Pierre.
That's it. It's finished.
Go ahead and play the next one.
Okay.
So let me interject one second.
While you're interjecting, go ahead.
Okay. So 310 million with 40 million with 40 million Hispanic, right? Mm-hmm. So 310 million white people. And how many people showed up to the TPUS? What was it like? I don't know what they get, like, I think the final number was like 30, 40 million.
Oh, Mason, we're gonna get there.
You ready? Here's round 2.
To keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be. To keep the...
I'm just gonna sit back and let you have this while it catches up. I'm just gonna get my drink ready.
Wow.
So, Megan Kelly, you vapid bitch. You vapid, ignorant, racist ass fucking troll. I don't know why you are still around. I don't know why you have anything to do with anything. I don't know why people are paying attention to you. I have no idea why you are still a thing. Here is the deal. If you replace every time she said American with white, that is what she meant to say. And don't think I didn't catch that little fried chicken reference, you fucking racist ass bitch. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep it, and I want you to understand the spirit in which I'm going to say it in. White people like everything in this country that has to do with people of other ethnicities, other races, other descents, except for the people themselves.
Mm-hmm. I'd 100%
you know
back that. 100% I back that.
You
Did we detect a lie? No? Okay. like
the fact that fucking... how many of you bitch-ass motherfuckers had guacamole and chips and salsa and quesadillas and shit at your Super Bowl party, but you mad as fuck
Quesadillas.
that Bad Bunny was speaking in Spanish.
With your fucking Velveeta cheese and Rotel bullshit.
Right.
Trying to pass that off as nacho cheese.
It's nacho cheese,
Quesadillas.
And right, Mason, who the fuck has meatloaf at a tailgate?
Quesadillas.
Quesadilla.
And jalapenos.
You could take your
Can't
fucking
forget
dog
the
whistles home.
jalapenos.
You take your fucking dog whistles. You could take all this shit. And see, Pierce Morgan didn't have time for you on that day, but I do. You're a racist ass bitch. That's why your face is melting. That's why you look. That's why you have so many filters on and so much Vaseline on there. You might as well be Carrie Lake. Why are you still a thing? We canceled you when you tried to say that tried to give us the fact that a fictional character, something that does not exist, something that is made for little children to have, you know, happy dreams and be good and all of those things. You were upset that we were like that there was a black Santa Claus.
Even though
Man.
Santa Claus was not white.
Santa Claus isn't real, hoes.
Saint Nicholas was not white. He's actually Middle Eastern.
Like,
you know, like Jesus.
Yeah.
Also not white.
Very, very much not white.
It's ours. It's ours. And then earlier in that,
Possibly female.
She came after Piers Morgan. She said that, like, your country's being taken up by all these Muslims and blah, blah, blah. We're not going to let that happen here. Oh, let me explain something to you. Because maybe you missed the part on the Statue of Liberty that says, bring us your, you know, you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. That didn't just mean only if you're white. That didn't just mean only if you're Christian. It meant all of us. This is supposed to be, they call it a melting pot. I don't call it a melting pot. I call it a salad. Because all of the different pieces together is what makes this country great. It is what makes us who we are. It is the fact that you can have a neighbor who is Muslim, and you can have a neighbor who is a Buddhist, and you can have a neighbor who is Jewish. And as long as we're all getting along, everything is fucking great. But you are so afraid. These white people are so afraid of being a minority and having people treat you the way that you treated us. It is horrible. It is sickening. It is sickening. And you think just because you got your little blonde hair and your womb probably doesn't work anymore, that you're going to be saved from the fucking Handmaid's Tale. But guess what, bitch? You're still a second-class citizen to these white men.
Mm-hmm. You're still a DEI hire, bitch.
It's insane.
But this is a salad that I would definitely like to be tossed in.
You would. For me, I cannot believe the level of just privilege. Like, let's put it out there. The privilege to be able to make comments like that and not immediately be roasted by anybody. Don Lemon makes a statement about how TPUSA looked like the next KKK rally. They're going for him in a heartbeat.
I am so tired of having to cuss out these hoes.
Mm-hmm.
Their caucasity is just too much.
Yeah, and it to those idiots out there who are like, who would look at Tyler and myself and be like, "Oh, he's cussing you out." No, we're 100% on board. We're in the room, and we look back and go, "What the fuck are you all talking about? That was amazing." And,
if it don't apply, let it fly, bitch.
Yeah. It's one of those things of like, this is why Megyn Kelly is who Megyn Kelly is compared to the rest of the female identifying populace. Megyn Kelly didn't choose the bear. Megyn Kelly's happy to have the man. Doesn't want the bear.
And that's why that man in her house is a homosexual and has been looking at Don Lemon's man.
And I got a little bit of a little bit of a hot take here.
Of white take?
Freudian slip there.
White takes by Tyler.
What if there was what if the person that was putting on the halftime show happened to be Jewish, and they were speaking in Jewish through their performance and did everything in Jewish? Would that garner the same amount of outrage as what Bad Bunny experienced? No. I don't think so.
No.
Listen, here's the hypocrisy of the whole thing. If by some weird take, and can I just for 1 second remind everyone that Kid Rock and Ricky Martin are the same fucking age?
Yeah. Ricky Martin looks so much better.
Keep going. I'm gonna.
And he didn't look like he had work done either.
But if by some weird change of the world, Kid Rock was headlining that halftime show, as political as he is, there wouldn't be a word. Hi, Kylie, I love you, baby. There wouldn't be a fucking word. Nobody would say a word. It would be crickets from that half of the room. And the reason that they have an issue with him is because he's brown. It's because his skin is glistening with that melanin in it. It's because he looks like he does. It's because he is finer than fuck. It is because that dick is big.
Doing it live. Hold on. I'm doing it live.
Yes, I said Jewish. I meant Hebrew.
Yeah.
My bad.
It is Hebrew. And I was just letting Hebrew. It ride.
Doing it live. Doing it live.
Like, I know we can see it. Look at these two.
There it is. There it is.
Look at it.
Look
at these two next to each other. It's some bullshit.
Oof.
Doing it live.
It don't make no damn sense.
Doing it live.
It don't make no damn sense.
Just
Ricky Martin
take a
looks
moment.
like his Ricky Martin looks like his suck. He has been kissed by the sun. The hair is where it needs to be. The jowls are not doing the thing. Then look,
Kid Rock be looking like Billy Bob Thornton.
Kid Rock looks like he probably smells.
All right, gonna get this ready. Keep going. I've just got one more because I'm doing this for us. I hope you all understand. I'm doing this for us. The three of us, this is ours. We're doing this for us. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you appreciate.
Bulge?
I hope you appreciate it.
Are we showing that BBB?
Listen, I tell you what.
I hope you appreciate
Bad Bunny
this.
gave.
Wait till it pops. Wait till it pops. You're welcome.
Look, ooh, Jesus, look at that. Ooh, God,
That's
first of all,
Ricky Martin.
What I need
I
you
don't
to
even care.
do.
Look at the side by side. Just if it is Ricky, great. If it's not Ricky, I don't give a fuck. These two people are 55. Look at the man.
Yes, that is Ricky Martin.
Okay,
That
good.
is Ricky
But
Martin.
look at the man. Look at the man with the hat, and look at the man without the clothes. Wish it was a little lower, but like, come on, man. You can't tell me there isn't a person in the country who isn't going to be like, yeah, that bum on the left looks weird. Versus,
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, Kid Rock looks like a
Kid Rock was always Kid Suck.
Kid Rock looked like he be at the island. That's all I'm gonna say. He looked like Chester. He looked like Chester the molester. It is what it is. He looked like he looked like his lyrics. It
Well,
ain't
he did have that
statutory, it's
song
mandatory.
He did have that song about liking underage girls.
Yep. That's what he looked like. You know what? Ricky Martin looks like he gets a hot beef injection every once in a while and does what needs to be done. Ricky Martin looked like he throw it back. Ricky Martin looks like them legs be in the air and he be in there pumping and sweating. Ricky
Mason,
Martin
Kid Rock looks like he has colon polyps.
I saw that. Ricky Martin.
Yeah, they're called his chest.
Ricky Martin looks like everything a woman and man wants. Kid Rock looks like everything a woman and or man don't. His hair is stringy and gross. It don't like you. Why do you look like that, sir? Why do you look like that? You shouldn't look like that.
Let this be a warning.
Hate ages you. Racism ages you. And here's the thing. Like, you know what? Kid Rock has been stealing from the black community forever. Forever. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look. If you guys want a good deep dive on the Kid Rock, somebody from...
No, I really don't.
Well, somebody from Eminem's
That's a shallow
rap group.
pond.
Somebody... That's shallow. Ooh, and there's pee in it. There's pee in that pond. You don't want to go over there. He looked like he'll give you an STD.
Yeah, from Diddy.
Not Ricky Martin. Kid Rock looks like an STD. He looks like gonorrhea. That's some bull. I'm just you dirty, nasty. You look like your neck ain't red. It's pink, ho.
I'm just glad that he kept his shirt on.
Listen,
Ain't nobody want to see them grandpa titties.
Listen, no shade if you like grandpa titties. It's none of my business. But those particular grandpa titties, we don't want no parts of. Also, and you weren't even singing, you dumb bitch.
Oh, did he lip sync his performance?
He lip synced his
Yes, he
performance,
did.
and there was an issue that happened in the beginning where what he was doing on stage wasn't matching what was happening in the sound system. Because of course not.
It's probably because the entire venue was AI.
You're not wrong.
So yeah.
Because how else are they gonna put people in the crowd?
But here,
In the words of my favorite Scared Straight reference, I saw you when you came through the door. You're not cute. You look dusty.
I want to reference Kali's thing, the lyric that Bad Bunny put out. Ahora todos quieren ser latinos, no pero les falta sazón.
I don't know what that is, but I
Now
love it.
everyone wants to be Latino. No, hey, but they lack seasoning. I'm white as fuck, but I love seasoning.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You love a little soul food seasoning, I know.
Damn right. Soul food, Latino, Thai. You give me the cultures of the fucking world, because that, referencing back, see how we can spin it back to something, is the entire point of this country. The entire point of this country. If it was just white people, it would be the blandest piece of fucking bread in the entire world. But we are a blessed area where we are able to bring people together and have all of these different cultures, cuisines, understandings, approaches brought into one beautiful salad bowl. Because all of it together makes it one hell of a thing. And I hate iceberg lettuce. And that's about the whitest thing you could have for a salad.
Cully, the thing about the tech crew not wanting it to be on the resume, that was actually for the Melania movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Melania movie.
The Melania
but I'm
movie.
sure these hoes don't want to listen.
Which the Melania movie, wow, we could have spent an entire segment on that. We really
because I wasn't watching it.
No, I forgot about that.
No, about just talking about the things like the fact that it grossed like 7 million, which honestly, a bunch of billionaires paying to have an empty theater full isn't the same thing as that many people going in and seeing that movie. The only people that really went and watched it were older, white, and female. Also kind of a very specific thing. And the fact that it grossed like $7 million on its opening weekend but cost $74 million to make is an utter and complete failure.
For real.
White women, what's wrong with y'all?
What?
White women, what's wrong with y'all?
Oh,
like,
yeah, just I didn't hear the white woman thing. I was like, what's
what
wrong with y'all?
For going to the Melania movie?
Oh, this is
and so many other things.
For all of this.
Well, I did want to. The other reason I thought it was important to bring that up is the president of the United States, and the sitting president of the United States, decided that it needed to be historical curriculum in the public school system.
I don't want to hear about this. Don't say that. Don't say it. That's the only immigrant you hoes like. And that don't make no damn sense. Once there was a peasant girl from a shithole country, Slovenia, who dreamed of only of marrying a rich man. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the deal. I remember during the first term, we were all like, oh my God, save Melania. Oh my God, save Melania. That hoe is where she want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, here's the other thing about it. The movie wasn't even about her life.
No, it wasn't.
It was just some puff piece about, what was it? From, 3 weeks leading up to the second inauguration or some shit?
That was all it was.
That's it.
No backstory, no history, nothing like that. Which
that's because she's on Epstein Island.
Yeah, which, I mean, let's be perfectly clear here. If it had been the entire life of Melania and where she came from to where she is, all of that, still wouldn't have watched it, but I would have given a shit, right? You're telling me this entire fucking movie was about a 3-week period that Melania went through leading up to the second... Fuck you. That's not even a fucking documentary. That's nothing.
And the president seems to think that needs to be required material for public school.
Here's the deal. Here's what I will say. Do you know? Could you imagine? Could you just imagine the outrage, the pure white hot fuckery that would have happened
if it were Michelle?
If we got a documentary about those weeks called Michelle.
Yeah.
I would, if I won the lottery.
There'd be boycotts.
If I won the lottery, I would pay to do that just so it would be a challenge to the Melania movie. Just so it could exist. Just so it could exist.
And listen, let me before people start getting on here and telling me saying I'm racist because I'm dragging white people today, they deserve it.
100%. This is hold on. For all of those
this
that
isn't
would like
reverse
to,
racism because that's not a thing.
it's not a thing. There's no institutional repression of white people. But real quick, just for anyone who has that, there are two very white people in this call. We're not 100%. I reference Tyler's genetic
General
background.
Passing.
Yeah,
General swarthiness.
yeah, but I, for those that can't see because of glare, am about as
He Aryan, y'all. He Aryan.
I'm about as labeled as you can be for that. So, so I fully endorse. And if you want to take JB's voice, put it on my face, it's the exact same words. White people are the fucking problem.
And you know, I may be passing
White men are the fucking problem. Women,
Nope.
bad. No, women bad. Women, hold on. I'm not giving a pass. I'm saying white women bad. White men, much longer period.
Tyler,
Point?
what were you going to say about your? I'm not going to fight it.
I
What were you
said,
gonna-
but I am a son of the revolution. My ancestor was actually fighting the British.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So all these fuckers that are like, "Oh, you're just a liberal piece of shit," I'd be like, "Where the fuck were your parents?"
Yeah, I have
my,
the genealogy.
my parents was
Because mine was leading the militia,
not you,
bitch.
JB, not you. We're talking to the white people. This isn't you. We don't want to go down that path. We don't want to make that point.
That's the other side of my family. We won't go there.
Speaking of that, I saw something today. First of all, it's Black History Month. All y'all owe me $40.
Valid.
But I saw something today that said that Black people have only been, what was the? I put it on my Facebook. Let me look at it again because I had it blew my fucking mind. Not that I didn't know it, but every time I see it, it blows my mind over and over and over again because I just have to remember that ain't that fucking long ago. And now the internet's trying to act up over here too because racism is real. I said it. I'm not taking it back.
Oh no, the black man's making a point. Quick, cut his internet.
Oh. It has only been 62 years since Black people were included. My mother will be 70 this year.
Yep. You don't even have to get out of the people that are still alive. Jesus, I hate hearing that. I remember it. I know it. Yeah. I know it exists. I just it's such a mind fuck when you consider the timeline of the United States just in general, right? And this whole idea of make America great again. Fucking win. Answer win. Because if you say anything, anytime, when were we truly great? I guarantee I'll have a response that none of you are gonna like. Because I can stand 10 toes down and tell you I can point out a fucking flaw in every single day, every single year that America has has Come on,
I'll tell you when America was great.
Hold on, real quick. Try me.
America was great when the 3,000 plus tribes of indigenous people roamed the land and lived in harmony with the buffalo, with the bison.
With the bison.
That's when America was great.
That we're working around together and with nature and all of that. I'll back that statement. I just want to make the point
30 million.
If you really want my take on it, feel free to jump into the comments. Professor Tig will absolutely take you to school. I have no qualms about it. And for those that don't know me well enough yet, feel free to try me on how long of a motherfucking diatribe I can go on. I type at 110 words a minute. I will write you a fucking book on why your one moment when you claim that we were great wasn't. I'm gonna stop there because I could go on for that forever.
Yeah, that's not because
while we're talking about Black History Month.
Yeah.
I
Rest
did
in peace,
also want
James
to
Barnaby.
mention I
Listen. I saw something today, and this shit ain't funny for real. Rest in peace, James Barnaby. But I got to get this out.
You killed my moment, man.
My bad. Sorry.
But go ahead.
It was right there. I couldn't let it go. I thought there was
Connect the dots.
There was
Tell
a
me how it's
text.
relevant.
There was a text. There was a message that was going, or a tweet that was going around. There was like nobody. There was like nobody things. It was like nobody. Absolutely nobody. Black people. What are you telling me? Dawson's creepy? Because
poor
what
Dawson.
black people are going to do, what we are going to do,
You ain't even on camera anymore.
what black people are going to do every damn time is refer to you by the thing they know you from the most. And so that man, his name will forever be Dawson's Creek.
I mean, honestly, when I saw the photo, I was like, "Oh my God, Dawson died."
Yep.
It was devastating. But I did want to mention that I recently visited the George Washington Carver Monument and Museum in Diamond, Missouri. And if you haven't been there, it is it's a really kind of it's a small little museum. There's a cool little film that talks about his life and that type of thing. And what I thought was really poignant was a couple of things. First of all, when he was about 6 years old, he and his mother were drug off by Klansmen. They were abducted, and they were going to be sold back into slavery into in another place, and the owner and essentially like his father, it gets really kind of murky because so you have I can't remember his name, but he I think it's James Carver. Yeah, so you have James Carver, and he purchased George Washington Carver's mom as a slave, and then this happened. She died in that altercation somehow. We don't exactly know how, but he took in George Washington Carver and raised him as a son, basically, and taught him, like, got him educated, and he had a life that a lot of people in that time did not have. But the even more prominent than that was he got accepted at a college because he was a brilliant man, absolute brilliant man. He showed up there on day one, and they told him, "Sorry, we can't accept you here." It's like, I know that on paper everything looked great, but you're black, and therefore we can't let you go here. So he didn't give up. He went to another college, and he was having to live with the staff. Couldn't even be in the dorms.
I mean, you also got to remember the first black woman to ever win an Oscar award had to come in through the service entrance.
Yeah, so he had to come in through the service entrance. This was Iowa State University, and he rose. He he kept his nose in the book, and learned all that he could. He faced all kinds of animosity through that time. But not only did he become the very first black person to get a bachelor's degree at that school, and later a master's degree, he also became the first black staff member of that college. And he found over, I can't even remember, it's like 120 different uses for peanuts.
That's why we have peanut butter. That's why we have peanut butter cups. That's why we have Reese's peanut butter cups. That's why we have peanut brittle. That's why we have peanut bread. That's why we have all of the things.
He discovered a cure for polio. He was putting peanut oil on the skins of people that were degenerating from polio, and it was healing them. They were able to walk. This is an amazing man that did so much during his lifetime, and it is just wild to think that this brilliance would never have been recognized if racism had anything to do with it.
I was about to be like, don't say what I think you're about to say. Don't say what I think you're about to say. If it wasn't for that white man, I was about to be like,
no, if it wasn't for acceptance.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think often about how not just people of color, but LGBT people's contributions to this country to make it what it is, what it is today, go completely unheard, unnoticed, unrecognized. And when they are, it is always, because because they got blindsided. And by that, I mean, some good white folks came and helped them out, or, they're like, as opposed to like, I didn't shout short out. I just am trying to make sure that I'm not saying anything.
Just recognizing that where the actual achievement came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the way to say that that was the better way to say what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. Because so often I think in this country, the achievements of people of color and other minority and marginalized groups can often be overshadowed by the benevolence of white people, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
the
their
idea
story
that if
is
it wasn't
told.
for this white person helping them get to this place, they would have never been noticed.
Well, I think the take is actually, if it wasn't for someone that rose above racism and understood that people are people.
I understand that, but it still centers.
You think it brings the focus too much toward the white person helping that person get to it, and that's valid.
Yes.
That's a valid.
It's the white person not being a piece of shit.
And the reference that I think, JB, I get where you're thinking that's trying to push it more toward the white person helped, is less that, and it's more Tyler making the point that if more people had been accepting, then
Exactly.
there would be there would have been no white person helping along. It's white people who kept it down. That's where he's going with it.
Exactly.
I get it. I get that, and I can recognize that as a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because the other part to that is how many people that we don't know of
That's
could have
my
done
point.
amazing things, absolutely amazing things in this country, and racism has kept them down.
Yeah.
We will never know their names.
And and how many people who did do amazing things in this country who were part of a marginalized group that don't have that didn't get the recognition that they deserve because we don't know who they are. We don't know they existed.
And that is why we have Black History Month. For all the people that are like, why do we have an entire month dedicated to Black History Month? Isn't everyday history?
Why isn't there White History Month? Because you have all 11 months out of the year. You have all of the rest of them. And you purposely gave Black people the shortest month of the year so that you can get it over with. And why is it in February? It's cold. I can't be out here living my best thought life when it's cold.
Well, why is MLK Jr. Day in January of all times?
So, a great example that you're referencing is, do you know the story of the tetralogy of Fallot, the blue baby syndrome story?
No.
So in 1944, a man named Dr. Alfred Blaylock was researching how to fix a heart condition, a heart defect that was causing cyanosis because it was redirecting blood flow to lungs. And it was most notable in children with babies who were turning blue because they weren't able to get the oxygenation to their hearts. And essentially he was researching how to fix it, and the procedure that was actually done to create a shunt, and then how to develop that shunt to grow with the child, the sutures, as that child grew, was developed by a black man named Vivian Thomas. Vivian Thomas figured out how to do it. Blaylock did not. But Blaylock's name was the one that was attributed with the solution because it was 1944 and it was John fucking Hopkins. So he got the recognition, he got the notoriety, and it wasn't until 25 years later that Vivian Thomas finally got his part of the recognition, when he was the one who actually found the correct way to not just develop the initial procedure, but how to prevent the shunt from breaking and the child dying as a result of the suture not growing with the heart. Not until 25 years later did they finally award him an honorary doctorate in 1967. Something happened before then that kind of opened the door for that recognition.
Civil rights movement?
Yeah, I'm making the joke that it wasn't until after the civil rights movement that John Hopkins finally gave him the credit, because as you stated, and as Tyler was stating, how many people did the actual thing but never were recognized because they were a person of color, because they were a marginalized and minority group.
Well, I was always taught that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. It
He
wasn't
did not.
until I was an adult that I found out that Lewis Latimer invented the filament that made it an actual viable item.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, before then it wasn't mass scalable.
And I didn't even know about the three women, Katherine Johnson,
Turning
Dorothy
this into a
Vaughan,
Black History Month moment.
and Mary Jackson.
Which means I'm gonna have to be the bad guy to shut it down, because
They were the stars of Hidden Figures until the movie came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, we're gonna cut it there because I'm tired and I gotta get in the shower and I stink.
That was the last thing anyway.
Yeah.
But before I leave, I do have one last thing I want to talk about. Would you guys like to see me do a video reaction to the pit specifically season 1, because I have thoughts. We'll just leave it there. And on that note, my name is JB.
I'm Tig.
And I'm Tyler.
And this has been Queer and Present Danger. We'll be back in 2 weeks, like we always do. Where hopefully, things will have calmed down enough that we can actually give out our awards that we were supposed to do in January.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, we love you guys, and we will see y'all then. Thank you, Mason, for hanging out. Thank you, Kali, for coming and hanging out with us. I love you so much. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Stay strong. And the fucking balloons.
We have to go because I have to poop.